you sub Chloa and the Prime or resub Umbra.
Hey guys, they are going to get him off the road at all costs. This is not going to come. He's
Makes
speeding
the
up for
Prime
sure.
cute.
He's back on Sorensen. Right. Well, the question becomes: look at this. He's full speed at the end of Sorensen into a parking lot, and I think this is a shopping center at
What the fuck is the plan here?
Avenue in Hadley. Okay.
What?
People walking through this parking lot. He's
Surely I'll lose them in the parking
lot.
lot.
His way through this parking lot, a very busy parking lot, as he tries to look for an outlet. You have to wonder, he's very aware of that night sun coming from the helicopter, and I can only imagine that that night sun is agitating him even more. So at least we made it through there without any trouble. He's made it his way through that parking lot.
Pollock
now back
and
onto Hadley
Dogs.
Street, where you can see squarely that night sun is on
Exhibits.
him.
Chester and resub
that doesn't
Sun.
cause him to amp things up even more than they already are. But as you mentioned, David, we do not know what the original want was. It was an attempted traffic stop. He failed to pull over, failure to yield, but obviously there is much, much more to this story. And from the very beginning, I was questioning whether that original black Honda Civic even belonged to him. And from what we're witnessing here, my bet is that was likely a stolen vehicle as well. In any event, this is the third vehicle we've seen him in through another major street here, through the red light, continuing, I think, northbound on Hadley.
Man, that truck's got some get up and go to it. That acceleration was pretty quick. It's that super duty? Maybe. What's that? What's happening? Oh my god, he deployed an EMP. Holy shit. Oh no, it comes right back. Is the resub Texas?
Oh my goodness. That's a school. He's in front of a school, guys. He's in front of a school. Lots of people walking in front of this school.
At this time of night? Really? What kind of school is it? What? Oh, he's not wrong. I have seen like 2 people out.
David, he just sped past an elementary school with a whole bunch of people walking the street. Thankfully, he did not hit any of them. He is slowing down a little bit. I'm not sure what elementary school that was, quite frankly, but he's now on Beverly Boulevard at Haviland Avenue. And as the sun has set, obviously, you can see we are now in darkness as he continues the pursuit through these residential streets. The only light that we're working with is that night sun from the LA County Sheriff's Department. Looks like he's found himself in a dead end. He's at a dead end at the end of Alta Avenue.
This is a great opportunity for the officers here.
Reverse his way back out of here. We'll see if there's any black and whites waiting for him on the other side here. Let's widen out just a little bit, Rob. See what's waiting for him as he comes out the other end of.
We shouldn't have widened it. That just oh god. Oh my god. Where are they?
Beverly Boulevard, back onto Beverly Boulevard, southbound or westbound Beverly. Westbound Beverly Boulevard here in Santa Fe Springs, and no law enforcement in sight, guys. He is slowing down a little bit. Yep, go ahead, Giovanna.
Did he wait out the wanted level already? Like, what in the world? Even he's like, oh, you know, maybe I'm just good. I'll just wait. I'll just hang out.
I've got to be honest. I can't imagine them taking that tactic in this type of a situation. They have to swarm him. They have to swarm him and get him off the road at all costs. And by the way, if they were trying to bring down the temperature, they would not have that night sun on him. That night sun is very agitating. He is clearly aware that law enforcement is on him, even though there's nobody right behind him. This is a pursuit. As far as we are aware, they are still in pursuit mode, trying to make their way in here. We just have to assume
there's
that,
literally, they're nowhere near him. I had, you know what, big W to the announcer here. I can't hear the other end of the guy talking, but I'm assuming he was trying to say, like, the cop strategy is to maybe, like, cool down the scene, keep an eye on him so that way, like, as he slows down and things settle down, then they'll swoop in. I completely agree with the announcer. This is an absolute maniac. He's already hit, like, 20 cars, broken into 2 houses, stole a man's car, well, stolen 2 cars, but stole a man's car in front of him, nearly ran over his dog. This is a guy that they absolutely should swarm to get off the streets as quickly as possible. I completely agree with the announcer. This guy is a very big danger to everyone on the road right now. Thanks to the tier 1 Dorf in the Prime Ram. Imagine seeing that light from your car, thinking the rapture's fucking happening. Yeah, that light is so bright. If that shined on me when I was driving, I'd be panicking. I'd be like, my dad was right all along. There really are aliens that visit this planet.
Got it. Okay, guys. There is about 7 black and whites about a half a mile in front of him, trying to cut him off at the end of Beverly Boulevard.
Okay.
We'll see how this plays out, but they are trying to keep up with him, trying to move into position. Keeping up with him really is the wrong word. They're not really able to do that because he's driving so dangerously and so recklessly and occasionally at really high rates of speed. And when they do pull up behind him, he just jumps into the wrong lanes, going the wrong way into oncoming traffic. As he is right now. You see he's jumped those double yellow lines, going the wrong way down Beverly Boulevard just to get around this traffic. So they're taking a different tactic. They're trying to cut him off in front of him. Very difficult to predict where he's going to go, but at least they have the benefit of that helicopter calling out his location.
Okay, there they are.
At Norwalk Boulevard, about 7 black and white.
They're intercepting.
Making a right turn on Norwalk, and there it is. Look at
oh,
this.
fuck, holy shit. There we go.
Now on Norwalk Boulevard, guys. These are going to be LA County Sheriffs, that's correct. I think I counted at least 6 that I saw.
So now, I think the strategy should be to push him towards the spike trap that they're trying to set up, as opposed to just engaging in, like, a dangerous pursuit. I think it's to try and flush him towards their spike trap.
The only good news, guys, is that as far as I could tell, Workman Mill Road is going to turn into a much more commercial area, an industrial area. If he continues further north, there are some train tracks that could get him a little bit tied up if he continues. But in any event, you see he is now using that shoulder to get around this traffic. If the shoulder wasn't there, you could bet your bottom dollar he would just ram right through these cars if he had the opportunity. But in any event, those black and whites trying to keep up, but they can't do what he's doing. So they're going to do their best to keep up. He's got the helicopter right over him, and it's just a matter of time before this comes to another tipping point.
This kind of does remind me of that old GTA police chase. The one where the guy stole that car, the SUV, that had the baby in it. And then he said he did it because he wanted to create a viral video and monetize it. You guys remember him? That guy was fucking nuts.
Open road, especially this time of the night. On a weeknight, you can see some folks maybe going home, but for the most part, relatively light traffic on Workman Mill Road. coming up on Peck, which is going to be a bit busier. So if he continues and makes a turn onto Peck Road, that'll be a different story. But right now, traveling at a high rate of speed, we'll throw that real-time speed tracker back up, and you can see he's going much faster than everybody else. That is a much, well, it looks like he's slowing down a little bit because he's got some traffic there, but you saw him do about 50 or 60 on this very narrow road. Once again, going around a little bit of traffic at Peck.
A lot of trees here.
Come over the 605. That is the 605 overpass. Still now, actually, he's now turned onto Peck. He's now on Peck Road, just west rather of the 605.
So where did they set up the spike traps then? Or did they not set up the spike traps and I misunderstood? The trap was having the 6 officers on the other street and trying to catch him. I was under the impression they were trying to get ahead for the spikes, but maybe he went a different direction.
Yep.
They're not far behind.
I'm sorry, guys. We're just taking care of a little bit of housekeeping up here, and it looks like he's now getting on the freeway. He's now on the 60 freeway, getting on from Peck Road, and now it's a whole different ball game. I can only hope, we can only cross our fingers. And
yeah, now it's a lot more predictable.
Because that is going to take away at least some of the risk, although everybody on the freeway is certainly going to be in his path here of destruction, as we've seen this evening.
Oh my God.
CHP almost guaranteed.
He almost clipped that car. Holy shit.
Now you can see those LA County Sheriff's officers managing to get on the freeway with him, but he's hugging that right lane. So he sees that traffic. This is all rush hour traffic, and it looks like if that continues, he may look to get back over to the right and get off the freeway. In any event, he's in the carpool lane now, so committed for the time being to the eastbound 60 freeway. And look at this. Yeah, just weaving around.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone off at any exits yet. Where is this? It's in SoCal.
You know, I'm already recalling similar situations, nothing quite like this, but different situations where we've seen attempted carjackings on the freeway. It jumps to mind only because of what we've seen today, but in any event, you're right, David. It is going to slow down a little more. The traffic is going to get heavier. You're going to see a few more brake lights in about 2 miles.
Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Dorf. Appreciate that, man.
On the westbound side, but on the eastbound side, he's going to hit the brakes in about 2 miles. For the time being, those deputies are still in tow. They've fallen back a little bit, but right now, that driver has tunnel vision. He's got one mission, and he's just desperately trying to evade those deputies who have now fallen back.
Man, this guy's going to go across state lines at this rate. Jesus.
Around another car in that carpool lane, they have to slow down because they are not driving.
Pretty soon they're going to have to get like the park rangers on him or something.
But now they're in a position
some cops on horseback.
Start calling in some units who are up ahead of him, like we've already seen back in Santa Fe Springs. So likely CHP setting up for a traffic break up ahead here. Maybe not quite yet because that does take some time, but ultimately if he stays on the freeway, that's
at the very least they could at least shout out the truck owner's business.
To create traffic breaks behind him and traffic breaks ahead of him by blocking off those entrance ramps, and we'll see what they do with the exit ramps. But that all requires manpower and personnel, and we don't know what they have ready at their disposal at the moment. But in any event, those calls are going out now, and California Highway Patrol ready to help out the LA County Sheriff's Department here.
Was this today? It was 3 days ago. Thanks for the bits, Tori. Yeah, I'm going to research all about everyone involved in this after this. Because since it was 3 days ago, we're going to have all the information now.
He's basically been gassing it and flooring it wherever he's had the opportunity. Now, this is concerning. He's now on the shoulder, but he's gotten all the way back over to the right. As I mentioned, that traffic that I was talking about, that's what you're looking at here. It's too much traffic for his liking, and I predict that he's going to take one of these upcoming exit ramps here. So we'll look out for that.
You're probably right.
The driver's side here in just a minute, but he is hugging that right lane, and I'm not exactly sure.
Bro, this announcer's, he's good.
Let me just double check here.
This guy knows his shit.
Perhaps I'm not. That might be Rose Hills Road, the next exit ramp here. In any event, he is committed. Look at this. He's actually moving over to the left, so maybe committing to the 60 here. I hope that.
How do you practice for this?
In any event,
I have no idea.
He's just flooring it wherever he has the opportunity, just trying to create distance and space.
Oh
with
boy.
those deputies behind
I thought he was going to try and thread the needle there.
Well, he certainly sees it. I don't think. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
There it is. He's off. It's going to be Azusa Avenue, and he can make a left or a right. Oh, he's cutting that guy off, make a wild right turn there, and now southbound.
Another close shave.
Southbound Azusa Avenue. Too much traffic for him on the 60 freeway, and now the pursuit continues off the freeway onto surface streets. We'll see if the speeds continue as they have been, but looks like he may think that he's lost those units on the ground. Still see that night sun shining a light on him, but I don't see those deputies just yet. Not sure if they were able to get off the freeway with him. They're being directed.
Well, absolutely not. There was so much traffic. This guy got there by taking the shoulder and forcing it through. The officers can't do that.
These turns put him onto very highly trafficked areas for the most part.
He's a tier 1 spine.
It's literally the middle of rush hour at 5:40 on a Wednesday afternoon, and every turn he makes, he sees brake lights for the most part, and you can see folks just trying to get home without any idea what's coming up behind them. He's already ruined several people's day, but fortunately, at least from what we could tell, does not appear.
What was that?
That's a weed whacker that fell off the back of that truck.
Oh.
It appears to be a gardening truck, guys. There's a lot of landscaping equipment in the back.
Hats off to the cameraman. This was a huge, like, this is real time, by the way. He was able to see that fly off and then zoom in on it and then still keep up with the chase. Good for him. I was very curious what flew off there as well. I thought he started, like, firing missiles like a James Bond truck or something. It was like a little torpedo or something.
What we could tell does not appear to be. That's a weed whacker that fell off the back of that truck, by the way. It appears to be a gardening truck, guys. There is a lot of landscaping equipment in the back of the bed of that pickup truck. Excuse me. But in any event, that appeared to be a weed whacker that fell off there, and he's continuing at a high rate of speed, very dangerously, weaving around even the very few cars that there are in this residential neighborhood. He, again, has no problem ramming into anybody in his way, but he's trying to avoid them now.
Well, yeah, he's probably running out of options pretty soon. You can only hotwire old cars. So if he's going to try it again, it's going to have to be in like an old junkyard.
That appears to be paper plates that are flapping in the back there. So very likely a newer model it looks like a Chevy. It's a Chevy. Yeah, it's a Chevy pickup, and he's continuing now.
Or a Kia. Yeah, or a Kia, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Man, he is just. I just every time he gets into these residential neighborhoods, I worry for not only those cars in his way, but all of the people who live here. He decides to do anything crazy, which he's already done a lot of crazy things, it could get so dangerous. That incident where he ran through that house could have ended in a deadly situation. There was obviously a struggle there. I'm just grateful that from what we observed, nobody was hurt, but there's no guarantee that it's going to end that way. In any event, he's continuing through this residential suburb here. It's going to be.
He has not done
Crosshaven Drive.
anything to really
If you
escape.
live in this neighborhood or know
He's
anybody
just kind of going on like a
in this
tour.
neighborhood, you are urged to
He just
stay
makes random
inside
turns
because
and
this is a
that's
dangerous
it.
pursuit that is speeding through your neighborhood.
Just burning fuel. Yeah. I don't know what the plan was or is.
Uh-oh. All right, coming up on a red light here. He's on the wrong side of the road, northbound Fullerton. That's Colima. He can make a turn there, or if he continues north, that would put him back on the 60. But it looks like he's made a left turn onto Colima Road. Again, a lot
When you
more
see the
traffic on
spotlight, you're
Colima as
fucked.
well.
Yeah,
As
there's
he
just not a
makes
whole
that
lot you can do
westbound
there.
turn, I still don't see anybody behind
There have
him.
been a
There
couple
are
cases
a
of
few
people that have
units
evaded the
a ways back.
helicopter in a
So they are
chase. I've
behind
seen
him,
it.
but they're just a ways back,
But it's
maybe somewhere
very,
football field
very
back.
specific
As he comes up on
circumstances.
another red light, trying to get around them. Lots of cross traffic here as he continues through that red light, and he's able to make it through. So Colima Road, westbound, is where we are. The helicopter's still overhead, and those sheriff's deputies trying desperately to catch up. We don't know that. That was a guess on my part. That's what I have a feeling, but that means nothing. We have nothing to confirm. It
Hey,
was a stolen vehicle, only to say that
don't sell
they
yourself
tried to pull
short.
him over for some reason. Not sure what that
Oh!
reason is. Oh my goodness!
Oof,
Onto
jeepers.
the median, over the median, and now continuing after missing that cross traffic just by
Holy
a hair.
shit.
Just by a hair. Look at this. Officers able to shut down that intersection. We'll see if we start to see that happen again if he continues in the same direction. But there is now, it looked like maybe an undercover vehicle at that intersection. Look at that.
Oh,
They're
wait. Oh,
cutting him
damn.
off and shutting down these intersections ahead of him. It's a very hard
They had
thing
the
to do,
right
by the way.
read, but the
It's
wrong spot.
Very good that they were able to do that for 2 intersections in a row. They can't continue that, but if they can continue to try and leapfrog his trajectory along Colima Road here.
Oh, wait, they're up there. They're in position.
Dramatically. It looks like they've got another intersection blocked off.
Are they going to try and spike him? Do they have time?
Colima, so it's going to
No,
be
they're just
another
stopping the
dangerous situation,
traffic.
but no cross traffic.
I
as
see.
Those deputies have shut down the intersection, giving him a wide berth to speed through the red light, and now continuing westbound on Colima Road. But just the mere act of shutting down the freeway, it saves lives because it stops all of the traffic, whatever the
That is true.
traffic
Not wrong.
signal says. Everybody comes to a stop, and this guy can just speed right through these intersections and not kill anybody. So he's continuing at 90 miles per hour on Colima here, and here come those black and whites. Now they're closing in on him.
Has anyone ever gotten away during a car chase? Yeah, but like I said, it's
No,
very
he is
rare.
jumping from jurisdiction
The
to
helicopter is
jurisdiction.
so strong.
Now coming up on Hacienda Heights, we were in Roland Heights, and now for the first time we're in Hacienda Heights, basically paralleling the 60 freeway. So just a few blocks north of him is the 60 freeway. So we're
Thanks to the
going
resub
westbound
Think
on
and
Colima
Neon
Road,
and
if he
Warrior and
continues
Tier
in
1
this
Corvi.
direction, he'll come up
Resub
on the
Mochi.
605. So 605 off ahead of him, the 60 freeway off to his right, and those deputies clearly closing in on him, giving him a little bit of
The resub
a
Chickler.
little bit less space. And if they have an opportunity, which they can't with all of this other traffic in their way, but if they have an opportunity, they will pit him. They will pit him and do whatever it takes to get him off the road. But that assumes that those officers are pit qualified.
Pit maneuver is when they hit the backside of the car, so they spin it out, so they'll hit like the wheel. Usually they try and pit maneuver on like this side as opposed to like into oncoming traffic. So usually you'll see them pit towards like the shoulder. I don't think they'll ever get into a position to pit this guy. I don't know how they ever catch him, but I'm going to guess it's not with a pit maneuver. I can do a shit maneuver.
Losing control.
Amen, brother.
Losing control.
Ooh!
Crashing into another car. Crashed into another car.
Pinballed there for a minute.
Like he was trying to evade that deputy again. He was coming up right behind him, and he took that aggressive action, jumping the curb, tearing off somebody else's bumper. Just added to the list, guys. But the pursuit now continuing on Colima through another intersection. Here's another red light. We'll see what he does here. More cross traffic coming through, and now a southbound turn onto South Hacienda Boulevard. Presumably those deputies will make the turn
Thanks, Resub Hayden.
and try and close in on him once again. There he is, just about maybe 4 or 5 car lengths back. If he slows
Wait,
down,
he's actually gaining on him for the first time.
Close that gap, but every time they do that, he just basically speeds up.
I would like to think that the officer's vehicle is capable of outrunning a pickup truck.
It's exceptionally dangerous, but
it just has to be a matter of trying to play it safe without risking innocent people.
For desperate measures. I think the bigger factor is the fact that there's so many innocent people around him. If they have a straightaway, and obviously they can't do it at like 60 miles per hour, but it's a heavy truck, by the way, so it wouldn't be the easiest pit in the world. But in any event, he's threading the needle.
Attack.
1 lane going, 1 lane coming, southbound Hacienda Road. Cars pulling over, make room for him. But thankfully, in this situation, at least you have the lights and sirens from those deputies right behind him. So you have folks naturally pulling over because they hear the emergency sirens behind them. But this is a very narrow road here. Hacienda Road, as you mentioned, 1 lane going, 1 lane coming, and he's going around everybody over the double yellow lines just to get away from that deputy.
Thanks to Prime. Mud in the resub Drax. Oh, what a squeeze! What the fuck?
It's a windy road. It's a windy road.
That was like a flats to flounder situation. He just went super flat to get through that. Thanks to Prime Deli Meat.
No boundaries, no inhibitions. He is going for it. I mean, I think he's pretty well aware of how this is going to end, and it's not going to be pretty. He's basically enjoying his final minutes of freedom here because there is just no chance at this point. No chance whatsoever.
He's just juicing it for the content of ABC, baby. He said, "This one's for your ratings, guys." You got me. Thanks to the resub Shokin and the Prime Burrito.
Off-roading, he's going to be in trouble here. He's going to be in trouble. He's off the road at a high rate of speed. He may spin out.
Damn! He held strong.
Back on Hacienda Road. Oh, man! He just missed that one. Missed that car barely. It's a windy road that's going to meet up with Hacienda Road on the other end, also called Hacienda Road, where it'll have a little more room to play with. But right now it's a windy road with a lot of traffic in both directions. He's now going the wrong way, and here come separate deputies in the oncoming lanes of traffic. But really, what can they do? I mean, he's just...
Yeah, you can't just, like, head-on collision.
Do a head-on collision, which is not an option.
Yeah.
Turn around now.
That'd be a terrible option.
Ahead of him here, which there will be another major intersection.
Just imagine the officer's like on the radio. "This one's for my country boys." Fucking head-on collides with him. Leans back with a smile on his face.
This just takes your breath away with every intersection that he blows through.
Fucking action movie scene.
Another residential neighborhood with very narrow streets. Looks like he's not... Okay, so that's El Rancho Drive, and a series of deputies now following him into this neighborhood, or at least
Time to deploy RoboCop.
They turned around with him.
Yeah, can we like ODST shock drop RoboCop in here?
They could not keep up with his driving on Hacienda Road, but those two that were coming in the opposite direction are now right behind him. So two brand new deputies engaged in this hot pursuit along El Dorado Avenue here in Hacienda Heights. We are, it looks like
cul-de-sac.
This is scary. This is scary. A cul-de-sac.
Uh-oh.
Come face to face with this suspect, and you guys know, and our viewers
The
know,
raid boss is cornered
in this situation because he's already rammed into several vehicles, including deputy vehicles, and there he is again, right through, almost missing them, and now,
okay.
Continuing right out of the neighborhood, he's going to get right out. I mean, he's weaseling.
That'll do it, I suppose.
Predicaments, and I just don't know how much longer this could go on. I just can't.
That's not what I expected, but all right.
Nothing they could do. Yeah, right. Uh-oh.
Thanks for the bits, Valaire. There is some Ryan and cheese.
Head-to-head with another sheriff's deputy, and he's just going to go around him. That's the protocol, and you can see they're following protocol. They're pulling over, letting him around. They're not going to box him in. And part of the reason, guys, is because these tactics, look at this. He's going out of the neighborhood where there are about a half a dozen.
Oh!
Right through those deputies again, just missing them.
That's
unbelievable.
I disagree with the statement about the boxing in. I think they had a better opportunity to box him in before that point. That was just a really good shooting the gap from him. That one wasn't even on the officers. I think they just waited too long to try and box him in. They had a much better opportunity to do that further back. But then that guy really fucked them in the face with that one. Fucking squeezed a stinker in there. He is making this pickup truck look like it's a smart car. I don't know how he's able to fit through these small gaps and these small holes here. It's wild.
Well, there's about a dozen black and whites, a sea of orcas trying to keep up with him, and they just have nothing, no tools at their disposal at the moment to get him off the road. I can tell you that part of this is tactical protocol within the department, because there are other agencies that would treat this a little bit differently, but right now they are sticking with the book and basically just trying to... Okay, I've just told that he is facing now 3 charges of ADWs, assault with a deadly weapon on a law enforcement officer, on top of all the other...
You don't say.
...here this afternoon, but just to kind of add it to the list. But you can see how many cops are pulling in here. It's unbelievable. It is. He's backtracking on that same windy road, which again has one lane going, one lane in the opposite direction, and at times he just went around traffic by off-roading into the
gift sub Boca.
It was a miracle he was able to maintain his composure there, but spinning up a lot of dust. It's a narrow road and about a dozen black and whites.
Yeah, probably right now.
But that tire, I think his back left tire is...
he lost his tire.
Flying. Not sure if it's coming from the wheel well or if it's coming from that equipment, but something is making...
No, I think that's probably his tire when he hit the curb.
I gotta wonder if all that stuff in the bed of that pickup truck was strapped down. Very possibly not. We've already seen one weed whacker.
No, it's definitely that's got to be the tire. There's no way. What the fuck in the bed of the truck would be creating sparks behind him like that?
I think I'm being told it may be the result of one of those collisions earlier on the same road before he made his way into that neighborhood. Possibly. We're going to try, by the way, to get on the other side, get on the driver's side, and catch a glimpse of that left rear tire to see what he's working with back there. But something back there was hitting the pavement, creating those sparks. There you see more sparks actually coming from the front. It's coming
is it the bumper?
Front left sparks.
That might not be the tires.
Look like, but he is...
Oh, no, it's the tires.
He's missing the tire.
Yep.
He's missing the tire. Okay, so, by the way, this is not the first time we've seen this in this pursuit. Last time... There's no way. There's no.
What the fuck? What happened to the announcer there? What did he swallow water and it go down the wrong pipe? What was this noise? Listen to this.
This pursuit. Last time. There's no way.
It's like a little balloon letting air out.
Especially at these speeds, and they're going to close in on him when he does. But again, there are so many innocent people in the immediate vicinity of this.
Thanks to the Bits Observer,
right
the Resub
now,
Sean,
the
and the
vehicle
Prime
is
Helium.
disabled. There is just so much crossfire, so much collateral in his way here. Civilians that are just in danger every time. I see every. Oh man, I just cannot keep up with this guy. He is.
No, this guy's a piece of work.
He's
a real battle axe. I agree.
It's gonna end very ugly, but at least for the time being.
Also, how is there 40 minutes still? To circle back, they're doing everything by the book. I'm gonna say maybe this is one of those moments where an officer comes in, slaps it down, and says, "It's time we bend our own rules, Chief." And he's like, "All right, give me your badge and your gun. You're off the case." And then he gets the job done. Because the only reason this hasn't been more of a catastrophe is because this guy's somehow been able to avoid hitting most people, most cars, and most things. And that's just a legitimate miracle. This protocol could have had so many problems if this driver was a little worse than he is. He should have been caught fucking 50 minutes ago. Like, this... I don't know how effective this protocol is, to be honest. Surely there's got to be some other way.
Right. More sparks. Yeah.
Thanks to Tier 1 Waffles. Thanks to Prime Lip.
You're starting to get a better idea of how much law enforcement is dedicated to getting this guy off the road. There's about a dozen units behind him. We just saw another half dozen in front of him in the opposite lanes, and now he is continuing at a high rate of speed on a straightaway portion of Hacienda Boulevard, coming up on Colima Road once again if he decides to get back on Colima. But look at that, he's losing that rim. He's on borrowed time with this truck. It's a...
These are the resub cipher. It's still... I actually never knew cars could still drive this fast on rims. Well, I guess it's just one rim, but still. That's pretty impressive.
Barely maneuvering. You see, we're very fortunate that he's on a straightaway section of street here, but if he has to make any tight turns at any speed, it's going to be very difficult for him. But at the very least, you're going to start to see that wheel come
like the
apart,
ability to
and
still
eventually
change lanes like
Axel
this
won't be able to turn.
with a wheel
Obviously,
missing,
heavy-duty truck, it's
that's
built,
blowing my mind.
for all kinds of situations, and these are not easy to break down. But you can see he's definitely testing the limits of this truck, and now without that front left tire, it's only a matter of time. Now those deputies have fallen back once again because he's blowing through these red lights, continuing at a high rate of speed, 70 miles per hour at what cannot be more than about a 45
Thanks to resub Danzu and Spoon, David and Frosty, and Tier 1 left.
All these intersections with
That's what I said, Tori.
Close calls. It's a miracle we haven't seen anybody get hurt. Now under the freeway, that I believe was the 605. The 60, excuse me.
Oh!
Crashing into a Jeep, crashing into another vehicle here, and wiping
Yikes.
him out off the road.
Oh,
He just
Jesus
took out
Christ.
another vehicle,
Shit,
ran
yikes.
into him heavy damage. I hope that person's okay. Up on the curb.
Yeah, it can't really break.
Look at this again.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, it's all crumbling.
Unbelievable. Head on with another car. And here comes
All right, there we go.
Not even a pit maneuver, but they rammed into it from behind, into a gas station. Folks getting gas at the corner of Gale and Hacienda, into a gas pump.
This has to be where it ends. There's no way.
Probably, but no, he's going to put it in reverse. Back in reverse towards that deputy. Look at this. Ramming into the front end. They're shooting. They're shooting at him. They're shooting. We're going to widen out, and they are now firing into the cab of that pickup truck. Unbelievable. They are using force. Deadly force is being employed at this moment.
So I will say I did know that they shot him. He doesn't die. He survives the shooting. I did know that happened. I knew it ultimately ended like that. I just didn't know how we ever got to that point.
This madness in the middle. They are stopped. They have stopped. The wheel is off. That front left wheel is off. Yep. Is this still going?
No, this is absolutely.
On the gas. Unbelievable.
No, this is absolutely where the chase ends. There's no shot.
Unbelievable. Foot on the gas. Bullets flying through that truck, and now we'll see as they surround the vehicle. Multiple teams and K9 units already on the scene here, surrounding the vehicle, at least the rear of the vehicle. They can't surround it completely, obviously. They don't want to create a crossfire situation.
They arrested some random guy? What? Oh, what? Why?
Yes. Yes. Somebody's hurt. It looks like somebody, that's the driver. That's the driver. It looks like the driver of that car that he rammed head on into. It looks like he's being arrested. He's being detained for some reason.
Why?
Not sure what that's about, but we'll focus on the truck for now.
What?
We'll focus on the truck. Obviously, more to that story, but clearly, this ending in a crash with several vehicles.
Is it to get him out of the way of danger or something? Like, what the fuck is that?
Creating a lot more smoke. The vehicle's not going anywhere. It's completely disabled. Something just went through that driver's.
Why in handcuffs? I have no fucking idea. I don't know what that was.
He's still gassing it. Multiple bullet holes through the driver's side window, guys. Those are shotgun shells. Those are high caliber shotgun shells that have now fired right through that driver's side window, most likely putting an end to this.
So how long does it stay in this standstill? Okay, then they eventually get him out and arrest him.
Yeah, this has come to an end, guys. I hate to tell you, but well, I'm happy to say it's come to an end. But
Nah, you don't have to put the mask on. Man, I had a lot of fun. It's a real shame that it's over now. I hate to say it. Or, I mean, wait, no, it's good. What a crazy fucking chase. Okay, so it wasn't a full hour 40. It was about an hour 12. That's still absurd. That is the longest chase I've ever heard of. Okay, now let's learn about what the fuck actually happened here. Like the actual lore of it. Okay. Where can I find that interview with the truck owner? Thanks to the resub. Hunch, Smoky, Hack, Bun in the Bits, Shadow, and Slim. Go to when they pull him out of the car to see what he's wearing. Well, can I? Because he did get shot. I imagine there's blood there. Can't watch that on Twitch. No, there's no blood? Okay. Then yeah, let me see what he was wearing.
we think about the have reason. The glass breaker is being employed. They may just pull him through the windshield. They may pull him through that window, guys. I have a feeling they will just pull him right. Use passenger seat, and there you... Wow. Stepping out of the vehicle. Whoa. Whoa.
I can't read that. What does it say? It says Cowboys. Go Cowboys, I guess. Fight, Cowboys, fight. All right. Where's the interview with the truck owner? I don't even, like, how would I find that? Full Chase truck interview. Oh, here we go.
That wild pursuit with crashes, the carjacking, even a home invasion, sparks flying all the while. This one-man rampage.
There's the Resub Road in the Prime Hunkus in
shell-shocked by the terrifying experience. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter talking to some of those most
hoods when their vehicle dramatic end to one of the most dangerous pursuits on Southland streets.
Oh, crashing into a Jeep.
Somebody open it,
breaking into
okay,
their
here we go.
I was in the kitchen. I just seen somebody open it, and the first thing is like the guy that's out there has got in here. The knives were right there, right next to me, so I got it, and I just started looking. I was like, man, you gotta get out of my house. I'm gonna stab you like right now, man.
It all began in Anaheim just before 5. The suspect
makes sense.
A black Honda Civic, then breaking into a van and hot-wiring the vehicle. Blocked in by police, he began ramming the cruiser.
As he was backing up, the police were came up behind him, and he backed out and was ramming the police to get out of the parking area, and as he did, and he took off.
John Reynolds still has the keys to his work van. The suspect taking off with his livelihood, dodging his way around officers blocking the street.
Oh, that was his van.
Sparks flying as he takes out more cars.
Ramming into all
Because the other pickup truck was also his work truck, I believe. The other guy's work truck.
Then bails out, running through the neighborhood and into the Benitez's home. Andres grabbing a knife to scare him out. The suspect, he says, high on drugs.
This guy's off the influence, you know. I already, just by looking at him, I already knew, like, he already knew it was going to be, like, his last day with freedom or with life.
As the suspect ran out, he grabbed the keys to the family's new work truck, Andre's mother holding him back as he continued to threaten the thief with the knife.
Oh, my goodness, look at this. He just stole it.
Yeah,
oh, my
I
God.
can't say I blame him.
It just breaks my heart because, you know, that truck that he stole is our work truck, you know. And we use it every day. And that truck, we had literally just got it 3 weeks ago.
The pursuit continuing into LA County, the suspect escaping several attempts to stop him.
Look at this.
At the very least, she got one hell of a ride out of it.
Taking out more innocent drivers before crashing
What a
into
voyage
the
she
gas
went on.
station at Hacienda and Gale in the City of Industry, then ramming into another cruiser trying to once again escape. Deputies opening fire with less lethal rounds. The dazed
I really hope they
suspect
cover that.
finally taken into custody.
Does the city cover that? I feel like they'd have to, right? Well, I guess maybe it wouldn't be on the city, it'd be on like the insurance provider. But they have to provide something, right? No, they don't. Huh. Thanks, Resub Nova and Hoodie. Why would they? I just assumed like because it's the result of a police chase. I would just assume they would like chip in and cover cost of damages during a police chase. That's that kind of shit you see in like anime where it's like, damn, the agency's gonna have to pay for all this damage you caused when hunting down this devil here, Dingy. So I don't know, I just made an assumption. This is the Prime Friday. Yeah, I mean, Chainsaw Man was just the first thing that popped into my head because I just watched the episode where they're talking about the damages. That was just the first thing that popped in my head.
Leaving a wake of damage and destruction in his path for at least 2 families, their livelihoods left in limbo.
It just makes me upset, like, how, like, a lowlife can do all this to, like, innocent people, you know, that's just trying to live life. Like, when I saw him in the eyes, I already knew he didn't care about his life.
Yeah, I think that much was pretty clear
Yeah, so
from the
much
way he was
frustration
acting.
for all
That
of these
driving was
innocent
fucking
victims
nuts.
Caught up in this. A GoFundMe has been set up for the Benitez family to help them with their work truck that they use for their landscaping business. All their tools also stolen. Investigators not releasing much about that suspect. All we know at this point is that he faces a very long list of charges. Live in the City of Industry, Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
How's the GoFundMe going? I don't know what I expected. I don't know why I thought ABC would actually put the GoFundMe here. Huge. How is their GoFundMe going? They've raised 90K. Oh, fuck yeah, that's huge. Okay, well, that's good news at least. That'll absolutely cover the cost of the tools in the truck. This is Bits Mac. Well, that's good news at least. What about the van owner, the other guy? He's a tier 1 big oof. The prime sweep. No, the van owner doesn't have anything? That's fucked up. Alright, let me read about this guy now. So what are they calling him? The Whittier man? Is that the area? Oh, hey, here we go. Wait, no, they're both in this one. More than 120K raised for men who had their vehicles stolen. And luckily I now have to pay for the LA Times in order to access this. Oh, never mind, I can just allow ads. As if, no shot. Let me get another source. Okay, here. Oh wait, this is the same segment. Is there no updates on the suspect? What the fuck is this? DUI suspect on horse leads Whittier police on chase. How many police chases do they have in this area? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you doing this to me? Look up the other guy that got arrested. Well, I'm trying to find just like a full like breakdown within the last couple days because it's been 3 days now since this. I would hope they'd have like a full explanation on everything. But so far, not really. Oh, here's the GoFundMe page for the Benitez family. Over 100K. That's wonderful to hear. Good. Oh, here we go. He has a GoFundMe as well. 38K. Not as much. But I mean, that's still much better than nothing. But the van is going to be a lot more expensive than the truck. So it looks like for some reason his has been overshadowed. Look up the bystander who got detained in this. It's messed up. Well, how can I find that? That's what I'm looking for. Don't link it. Like, don't link things. I just tell me where I can find it so I can look it up. I don't click links. Go to Mike Rogers on Twitter. Okay. This is just going to be your Twitter account. Just, hey, I'm Mike Rogers. Which one? Probably the journalist's account. All right, let's see. So this is about the bystander who got arrested.
I want you to take a look at this car that Desmond is zooming in on right now. As the chase was coming to an end, the suspect hit that car. And then deputies rammed the suspect into that car again. Then Desmond Shaw and Sky 9 spotted deputies running up to that car. At first, we feared the people inside had been wounded in the shooting, but then we saw officers tackling one of them and walking him away in handcuffs.
Yeah, why? Wait, what the fuck?
And he talks about the injuries he says he suffered.
The sheriff's smashing into his car. One of them smashed into my car and immediately started shooting guns. It just sounded crazy, like a war zone. Blah, blah, blah. I got out the car immediately. I don't want my son and my wife to get part of that. So as soon as I get out the car, the cops just smashed me. Start socking me.
Were they confused?
Like if
what?
I was the dude that stole the car. They immediately throw me in cuffs and they're dragging me around and bumping my head, hitting my head. Did not have to happen that way. I had nothing to do with it. We're just bystanders getting out of their way. Instead, they went and attacked me brutally, you know, in front of my family, in front of everybody. And it's not right, you know, it's not right.
Oh, we talked to the sheriff's department. They give us a comment on what happened. They tell us that Cruz refused to leave the area, so they then took action. Cruz says he was just trying to get his family out of the line of...
What? He refused to leave the area. Well, let's, you know what, actually, let's check that out in real time. Let's see how stern this refusal was to leave the area. I'm so curious here. Because it looks like he gets hit, and then it is the second the officers show up on the scene, arrested. Okay, let's see. I'm curious.
That driver's side, you can see even a pit maneuver, but they rammed into him from behind into a gas station.
Okay, so that's his car's now just been hit again.
Into a gas pump,
so his car's been hit
now
twice.
He's going to try and get out probably, but no, he's going to put it in reverse. Back in reverse towards that deputy. Look at this, ramming into the front end. They're shooting at him. They're shooting. We're going to widen out, and they are now firing into the cab of that pickup truck. Unbelievable. They are using force. Deadly force is being employed at this moment.
So he's still there. He hasn't been arrested yet. Now he's being arrested.
They are stopped. They have stopped. The wheel is off. That front left.
It's been a matter of seconds. Actual seconds. Yikes. That's fucking trash. That's some straight garbage right there. That guy did nothing wrong and just gets arrested for getting hit twice. Oh, gee. Well, sorry, I didn't even see that. Thank you for the 25 gift subs, Cool Out. Thank you for that, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Cool Out. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. And thanks to the resub Leon and the Bits Mac. The suspect's name is Johnny Enchado. Thanks to resub Boogie and Hyena and Potato. Hopefully he gets a payday out of that. Like, can't you sue for that? You got to be able to, right? He got an injury so he can sue. He absolutely should. That's so fucked up. Oh my god, I'd be so tight. My car just got hit. Oh my god, my car just got hit again. What the fuck is happening? I'm processing information. Okay, honey, what do I do? The cops are here, they're shooting. Do I pull out and run, or is that gonna look suspicious? I don't know what to do. Holy fuck, they're opening my door. Oh my god, I'm being arrested. It's been 20 seconds. Like, they want him to literally be like a speedrunner to immediately make this decision instantly in an intensely stressful situation after being hit twice out of nowhere. That is outrageous. Oh yeah, and apparently they roughed him up too, which you could kind of see, which I said was really fucking weird because they threw him on the ground and like aggressively handcuffed the shit out of him. That makes no sense. What must have happened is they got confused on who they were actually chasing and for some reason assumed it was this car. I have no other explanation for why that would have even happened remotely. Because even if they were out there just to like fuck things up, they have a perfect target with the guy who's just gone on a hour-long pursuit, a chase. They wouldn't even need to rough up this guy. They have someone they could go beat the shit out of. That makes no sense. I think that's the only explanation. They didn't want to look dumb. So they tried to come up with some kind of justification for roughing this guy up. But I think the real reason was they got confused on who they were actually chasing. It'd been over an hour. It spanned so much distance that they just simply forgot what the car or suspect looked like. So the first person they saw when they arrived at the scene, because keep in mind, those people that arrested him, those cops, they showed up so late, they were probably so out of it and just fucked this guy up thinking that this was the suspect. That's the only thing I can make sense of. Just actual idiots. Thanks, Risa, Munchie and Necrotic. Why lie when asked about it? To look less stupid? I have no idea. I don't work for the department. I have no fucking clue. They didn't get confused. I see no other reason why they would have. I see people keep saying racism. They had no idea this guy's race when they got there. They literally ripped the first guy out of the car they saw. I don't think race came into play at all. They legitimately showed up and ripped this man out of his car. He was out of the car? No, he wasn't. Was he? Am I getting confused on which one's him? Because look, they opened the door right here. Right there. Right there. Unless he was opening the door from being outside. I guess that's possible. It's kind of blurry, but to me it looks like they pulled him out of the car. He was out of the car? When? It opens right here and the cops are already surrounding him. Earlier he was out? Okay, hold on, let me go back to the full one. The camera pans off it, so I can't know for sure, I guess. Is this him standing out there? I was under the impression this was one of the cops.
Into the cab of that pickup truck. Unbelievable. They are using force. Deadly force is being employed at this moment to try and stop this madness in the middle.
So then he starts getting arrested up there.
The wheel is off.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was him standing out there. I thought that was one of the officers.
Yep. Is it still going?
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry. I thought that was one of the officers. He goes to get back in, and that's when they rip him out. Yeah, so that's what this is. So it's him opening the door, and then them taking him down. You're right. You're right. I thought that was an officer outside at the start. Thanks to Tier 1 Federation, and resub Mass and Jackson and Sway. He's not following order. Yeah, that's just a dog shit take. I think real time, it was 20 seconds from the second time his car gets hit. That's 20 seconds of pure panic. Instantaneous chaos. 1 second you are parked with your family. Next second you've been hit by a pickup truck, and then you get hit again by the same pickup truck after a cop hits it. You're fucking stunned. You're not processing things normally. 100%. He gets out, he's confused, he's trying to make sense of what's happening, and then he goes to get back in, probably to leave, which I think would be the logical thing to do. That would probably be most people's thought process, like, holy shit, they're shooting, I'm gonna leave. And then that's when they throw him down. That is absolutely just big cop L. I don't think there's any excuse. Like, there isn't, like, yeah, there's, like, actually no time for him to not even follow orders. It is 20 seconds from the time his car gets hit the second time. Actual 20 real-world seconds. He's getting arrested right here, and the second time he gets hit was right here. Well, a little before that. But yeah, roughly, like, 20 seconds. He's a resub Psycho, Slap, and Nori, an Autobot. The bitch Reginald. Next to tier 1, Sun, and the resub Martine. What a wild situation. God damn. That was a crazy chase. Thanks to the gift sub Javon. Oh, Javon. And the resub Yazzie. And the prime Salty. And gives baby cakes. You should do a wiki fact. What? On what? That's a good placement from Amazon there. True. The Amazon truck slides in. They used the homeless man's shopping cart as cover, did they? You're right. Okay. What? Why? Why even? There's 3 cops using the homeless guy's shopping cart as their cover. But why? Like, you use this. Like, this would be better.